Hello everyone, my name is Dhruv Tomar and I am an intern at Lexis and Company. So today in this video we are going to discuss a most effective topic that this topic is affecting especially India. So today we are going to talk about unemployment and now the thing is that unemployment is definitely the most important indicator of our economic activities and in a country alongside GDP and in a country like India where 64% of the population is below the age of 35, unemployment rates are considered as direct indicators of the economic scenario and living standards. Now, in previous general elections, there had been heated discussions on rising unemployment in India, and due to these measures such as demonetization and GST, so there were so many different kinds of datas flung by various people, confusing the voters to their core. And there was the 5 yearly national sample survey, the International Labour Organization's data, the household survey from the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, and employment provident funds data, unemployment data, and also many numbers manufactured by foreign India. Also, in the current COVID pandemic, as this pandemic is affecting all of us, so in this pandemic, the salaried job loses and urban employment are the major issues that one has to deal with. Now, the question is is the data incredible enough to reach a conclusion? There is a very big question and it needs to be answered now and now only. Now, major economic surveys across the world have declared that India is one of the most worst performers in data collection and data accuracy. There are so many methodologies in which unemployment rates are calculated in India, but none of them are credible enough that they can be trusted, and it's very difficult to reach a logical conclusion. Now, the popular methodology in the NSSO National Survey that happens once in 5 years. Now, measuring unemployment once in 5 years since independence clearly states the ambiguity of the data analytics present in India, and this is a question which needs to be worried about. Now, NSSO gave its data for 2017 and 18, and it declared that 6.1% unemployment for that specific financial year, which means for 2017 to 18, a 45-year high. But there are many questions that arise with this data. The very structure of the survey is questionable itself, and estimating unemployment after 5 years does not give any monthly or quarterly data, which is a very bad situation indeed. Now, it could simply mean that this was just a bad economic year with less economic activity. So, since it was the year succeeding demonetization, it was pretty obvious. Now, 5 yearly data does not give us year on year growth numbers, and of course, we cannot analyze data whether the government policies were good enough or not. Now, secondly, many renowned economists have termed this figure as a statistical embarrassment, and the big reason is that being this, the many things are going wrong. 85% of India's employment lies in the unorganized sector, and there is no proper way to establish that survey which was done in the unorganized sector. The income distribution is completely messed up, and it shows that the share of high salaried jobs grew by 20%, which goes contrary to rising unemployment narrative. Now, the unemployment generated due to demonetization was cyclical unemployment that lasts temporarily and was compensated in the other sectors. The losses were covered and they were recovered as the economic activities picked up. Since the data in 5 yearly, there is no way we can show the subsequent pick of jobs in the following quarters. But the MSME sector was assumed to be hit the worst but later it showed up 13% growth in jobs and activities picked up, but we don't have any employment data for the subsequent months. Now, coming to the International Labour Organization, the labor body of the United Nations also gave us an yearly unemployment data of India. And as per the data modeled upon ILO figures, so India's unemployment has reduced on a yearly basis for the past 6 years after attaining peak in 2013. Even the data of financial year 2018 was less than financial year 17, as was fairly low and completed opposite to the NSSO data. And there is another very important factor that is used in determining employment. It is labor force participation, and the LFPR gives us the workforce of the country. Now, India's LFPR has been constantly declining since the past 30 years, which is a huge amount of time. And to be specific, in 2007, India's unemployment reduced to one of the lowest rates. The one very genuinely and factually corrected concern is the youth's unemployment. And youth unemployment is also increasing since 1980s. Now, to sum up this, whether demonetization was necessary or whether it was successful is a debate for another day. From unemployment point of view, it did result in 2 million job losses, but it was expected more since India went through a structural change in the way transactions happened in the economy. Now, the government in 2017 announced that the data collection in India will undergo a major revamp, but these changes took a lot of years. Currently, all we know is that some sectors saw growth, some saw decline, and that's is not all enough to assess the economy. We need some of the better ways to assess it and define it. Thank you.